PCR is separate from that. It's just a process that's used to make a whole lot of something out of something. That's what
also,
it is. But it's not, it doesn't tell you that you're sick, and it doesn't tell you that the thing you ended up with really was going to hurt you or anything like that.
Okay, a lot of people are saying Alex Jones can't be a shill because he says the truth. Okay.
You know, quite a few years ago, when I think it was when Bill Clinton was inaugurated, was in one of his speeches, he recognized one single individual as being very important to him philosophically. And that was a bit of a surprise because I knew about the individual, and some of you may know about him, but it's worth looking into. And his name was Carroll Quigley. He wrote the book Tragedy and Hope. Now, the important part of Tragedy and Hope and Carroll Quigley is that he claims that he was on the inside and part of the group that, you know, did the planning. But why did he write Tragedy and Hope? To expose these people behind the scenes? Because he believed they were far enough advanced, it didn't have to be secret. They could be out in the open. And this is the way it works. It's a tragedy if you don't accept this, and there's hope if you know who runs the show.
Yes, he says the truth. Do you think they would make it that obvious to find out if he was real or not? Do you really think he's just going to come on air and say, hey guys, I'm a CIA shill? No. Of course, it's an excellent cover that he tells the truth. Obviously. How else would he get people to follow him? I mean, you think he'd be spitting out lies every single day and people would just believe him? No, people aren't that stupid.
But I had to hang up on the guy and delay him out because there's no point in letting him put out his COINTELPRO. What's COINTELPRO? According to FBI records, COINTELPRO resources were expended on infiltrating, disrupting, marginalizing, and/or subverting groups suspected of being subversive. I can't tell you how many times I've just gone to any political event.
Constantly put on the defensive against the federal government. Every single time. Be it the FCC coming to town and trying to shut down our local micro broadcaster. Be it the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration coming to town and trying to shut down and train the police officers to do blood withdrawals. Be it the DATF now.
That's an example of COINTELPRO.
I have seen what this kind of talk can do. I saw it in Berlin.
What were you doing there?
I was a professor at the university. I heard the same words we have heard today. But I was a fool then. I thought Nazis were crazy people, stupid fanatics. But unfortunately, it was not so. You see, they knew that they were not strong enough to conquer a unified country. So they split Germany into small groups. They used prejudice as a practical weapon to cripple the nation. Of course, that was not easy to do. They had to work hard to do it. You see, we human beings are not born with prejudices. Always they are made for us. Made by someone who wants something. Remember that when you hear this kind of talk.
Here's another great example of COINTELPRO.
You're not going to get away with your activities. You are not going to get away.
Hey, ladies, the Second and First Amendment. Get the hell out of my face.
I'm here to tell you right now that we are not your property.
You're not part of the team.
Right now.
You're not part of the team.
I almost started crying last night when I was at that demonstration and I saw these families bringing their children up to me for me to shake their hand, and I just look at their innocence.
He's not going to come out and say it, but he does put it in Symbology because that's part of their whole gig, their whole method. They have to reveal it to you through their symbols, and if you don't pick up on it, that's your fault. And it is your downfall in the end if you can't see it.
He's trying to take over our rally that a lot of people worked on.
Is that once they cause all the infighting and division and problems, then everyone spends their time on that, and then you can't expand your organizations.
All right, is the freedom movement divided in Austin? Somebody doesn't want to play nice.
And every time I go to a big city and see provocateurs, I've seen it in Austin. That's COINTELPRO, playing that against people, creating racial division, infiltrating groups, trying to radicalize them, trying to get people to commit acts of violence so they can put them in prison.
You have never had more solid evidence that Alex Jones is working for the bad guys than right here, right now. Because what he's doing, he's coming to a peaceful rally. He's trying to stir up violence.
They want to radicalize mainline libertarians, conservatives, so we can be politically demonized, so we don't become mainstream and take our country back.
He makes us look like lunatics. Number one. Number two, he gets us divided amongst ourselves.
They send in people to cause violence. They spread lies about it.
We wanted to give you a speaking spot, but instead of working with us, you started yelling on top of
That's a diversion. That's a diversion. Pure diversion. Wow. That's guilty. If you're not, that's guilty. That's guilty.
What are you gonna do about it? Are you just gonna keep watching Alex Jones? Let him sedate you with his entertainment? Let him call up the White House? Let him call up and you know, cause a show for you? Cause a scene so that you can be entertained and feel like you're actually doing something? Because you and I both know we're not doing anything.
You are acting like the property to just come in here and climb right on top of us.
Don't worry. Like COINTEL. Exactly like COINTEL. City Austin.
So you should be lifting us up and empowering us instead of holding us.
I wasn't lifted up or empowered.
When you see them demonizing people like Ron Paul, myself, and others, you know it is a COINTELPRO operation. We, the Patriots, the Constitutionalists, we're the good guys. We're trying to save the Republic. And anybody that stands against that is a treasonous, traitorous, larcenous enemy of humanity. Period.
Either you're with us or you're with the enemy. There's no in between. You're either with us or you're with the enemy. That's clear.
But getting back to COINTELPRO, infiltrate your group, and we need to incite violence to run off reasonable pacifists in your group, and so we can have you arrested and, quote, break up your group.
The best I can do right now is try to get people away from this guy, because he's a CIA agent, and I don't think it's very healthy for people to be relying on a CIA agent, a fear-mongering CIA agent with hidden, you know, Masonic symbology all throughout his website.
You know you are good. You know, listening, that you're not COINTELPRO, because that's how COINTELPRO works so well. I'm the real thing. Do you have any discernment out there?
I want you to see this guy with a channel called Jones Is Not Your Friend. It's a great channel, and it shows his OK sign, it shows his claw sign, it shows how he uses hidden meanings, his double meanings. It's all there, guys. It's all there. If you can't pick up on it, there's nothing more I can do. I'm the one. I put it in your face. Alright, he's not going to.
The second most corrupt nation on earth a nation that has two animals killing each other on the front of it. There's no flag like that. I'm sorry, I'm just beginning to recognize these things. I mean, there's no problem merging with the Canadians. They've got the same culture, the same history. The Mexicans want to destroy America. I'm talking about the illegal alien Mexicans. They hate this country with an absolute passion, and I'm supposed to buy into the media lie that, oh, they're these sweet little people that love us, and they want to help us. Pure bull!
Los Angeles, good to be with you. My cousin Slobo Gonzalez will, Speedy will soon be here.
Their whole message is there if you just look and actually see. But if you don't do anything about it, if you don't resist, and they tell you what's going on, like through the movie 1984 and the movie V, if you just keep going along with it, then they're free to take over, and they're free to use and abuse you. So...
And I myself, almost had like a form of psychosis back in the past where I basically thought everything was staged, even though I've now learned a lot of times things aren't staged. So, I think as a pundit and someone giving opinion, that, my opinions have been wrong, but they were never wrong consciously to hurt people.
Okay, I'm telling you he's a CIA agent. He is not going to come out and tell you he's a CIA agent. If that's what you're expecting, keep waiting. Keep waiting. Keep waiting for the Messiah, because it's not going to come. And, yeah, good day. I'm just so frustrated. It's just...
One by one, he attacked each minority and he split them off one from the other. These men were all fellow Germans when they came here today. Now they were split into rival groups, suspicious of each other, hating each other. They were being swindled, all of them. But the man who was really being fooled was Hans. He was pure German, according to Nazi standards. To him, they promised everything, and he fell for it.
I'm Carter Edison. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon to be notified of future uploads, and never stop searching for the truth.